Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984, in Dobbs Ferry, New York. He was born into a well-educated and supportive family, which opened many opportunities for him to thrive and become successful. Zuckerberg has 3 sisters and was called the Prince of the family. From an early age, he showed an interest in computers and enjoyed creating computer games. He was taught Atari, a programming language, which allowed him to program games and computers. He became a genius at using computers, so his parents decided to hire a tutor for him. His tutor, David Newman, soon realized that this child was a computer prodigy. Newman had to work hard to keep up with Zuckerberg, because Zuckerberg's knowledge of computers was unbelievable. At this time, he also took classes at Mercy College in order to continue learning. At the age of 12, he created the app ZuckNet that his father, Edward Zuckerberg, would use in his dental office. The app allowed people to communicate quickly and easily, and it was just the start to Zuckerberg's career in technology. Zuckerberg attended Ardsley High School in New York. He was not only a computer genius, though, he was extremely well-rounded and did well in most of his classes. In his junior year, he transferred to Phillips Exeter Academy, where he continued to excel, and he also became the captain of the fencing team. During high school, Zuckerberg created a software similar to the current Pandora called Synapse. Both AOL and Microsoft were interested in buying his software Synapse, but he declined. He graduated from his high school, Exeter, in 2002 and enrolled into Harvard University. Straight away, Zuckerberg gained an excellent reputation as a go-to computer expert. He developed CourseMatch, which helped his classmates pick their classes based on other student recommendations. He also created an app known as FaceMash, which would show 2 faces from students at the college, and people would click on the person they found more attractive. He had to hack into the school's computer to obtain private information such as names and pictures of students. This created a lawsuit against Zuckerberg, which made him realize he would have to be more careful with privacy settings in the future. Zuckerberg's ideas were creative and unlike any other apps available. He created his most well-known program with his friends Dustin Moskovitz, Chris Hughes, and Eduardo Savarine. On this site, users could make a profile in which they could upload photos and communicate with others. He wanted a way for people to communicate with different groups of people and be able to keep up with what is happening around the world. Also, Zuckerberg wanted people to know that they are not alone and that they are part of something bigger. He realized that the world needed a way to be more connected and informed.
People want to share and stay connected with their friends and the people around them. When people have control over what they share, they're comfortable sharing more. When people share more, the world becomes more open and connected.
Zuckerberg named this program Facebook. Zuckerberg is not a very social person, so creating the site helped him communicate with friends and family without the need for social interaction. The color scheme of Facebook is predominantly blue, but there is a reason behind this. Zuckerberg is colorblind to the colors red and green, and is able to see the color blue the best. There were many lawsuits against him because he was accused of stealing the idea behind Facebook. A group at Harvard called the Harvard Connection, consisting of Cameron Winklevoss, Tyler Winklevoss, and Divya Narendra, wanted Zuckerberg to help them expand their website. However, Zuckerberg decided he would start working on his own site. The people in Harvard Connection felt as though he took their ideas and betrayed them.
Let me ask you about the Winklevoss twins. They sued. You settled. They're still coming after you.
You know, it's hard for me to fully wrap my head around where they're coming from on this. You know, early on, they had an idea that was completely separate from Facebook, and that, I mean, it was a dating site for Harvard, and I agreed to help them out with it, to help them, right? I mean, it wasn't a job. They weren't paying me. I wasn't hired by them or anything like that. And then the idea that, you know, I would then go work on something completely different like Facebook, and that they would be upset about this all these years later is kind of mind-boggling for me.
Many scandals would follow because of the way Zuckerberg created Facebook. The site was run out of a Harvard dorm room until 2004. Zuckerberg was extremely intelligent and successful in college, but he believed he would accomplish more if he dropped out of school to work on his social networking site. He wanted to devote himself to this new program. Zuckerberg moved his company to Palo Alto, California, and by the end of the year, the site had over more than 1 million users. At the time, Facebook was only open to Ivy League schools, but when Zuckerberg opened it up to all colleges and high schools, it gained 5.5 million users by December 2005. Since Facebook began to have so many users, companies wanted to advertise on the site. By 2010, he accomplished many achievements, including being named Person of the Year by Time magazine and estimating $6.9 billion. As of 2013, 55 million people are users of Facebook. At the young age of 28, Zuckerberg's Facebook placed among the Fortune 500 list. Zuckerberg was the youngest CEO to make this list. Facebook is currently worth $14.19 billion. Zuckerberg uses his earnings to help fund many charities. He donated $100,000 to help save the Newark public schools. He also signed the Giving Pledge, which states he will give 50% of his earnings to charity over the course of his life.
Zuckerberg is known to wear the same thing almost every day, a gray t-shirt. He says he likes to keep things simple. He also works to keep a comfortable environment with his clients and likes to go off a first-name basis. Mark's success keeps growing, and just recently, he married a longtime girlfriend named Priscilla Chen. They began dating in 2003, and on May 19, 2012, they celebrated their marriage. Mark and Priscilla had known each other before he became a billionaire. She had just graduated from medical school at the University of San Francisco, and the guests thought they were there to celebrate her graduation from medical school and were shocked when they found out they were going to be celebrating a wedding. The wedding was a small one, consisting of 100 people. The wedding was held in the backyard of Zuckerberg's mansion, and it was a very private event. Even though he could have had an elegant and expensive wedding, he chose to keep it simple, reflecting on his humble character.
Zuckerberg used his knowledge and love of computers to design a program that is used by millions of people. It allows people to keep updated on what is happening around the world. But Zuckerberg did not stop after making a successful program. He got involved and active in several charities. Many companies started to express interest on advertising their business on the site, and this increased the worth of Facebook and the salaries of Zuckerberg and his friends. This allowed him to help all different kinds of charities. This man is an inspiration to many around the world because he made a big change in society at such a young age. He demonstrates how an average person with passion, determination, and talent can make a huge change. Zuckerberg had high self-confidence levels as a child, and this helped him accomplish his dream of creating successful computer programs that would improve the lives of others. He is a man with a lot of courage because he risked everything when he dropped out of college, but he proved that it is possible to achieve anything with hard work and determination. As Mark Zuckerberg once said, "The biggest risk is not taking any risk." In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks.